Yo, what's up everybody? It's Steffi here from Mod to Fame, and we are back with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about you wanting a 9-second car and what it takes to make that happen.
I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas. 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. 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 I'm in my element. Flow is like water. I'm forced through the fire. I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth. Following God and you grinding, you.
Just like in the last video, if you guys missed it, I talked about what it is to get a 10-second car or to have a 10-second car. I said there were two ways. Either you could do it cheap or you could do it easy. Well, this video is a little bit different because there's only one way to have a 9-second car or to get a 9-second car. And you know what that one thing is? Money. Money is the only way you are going to have a 9-second car. There is no other option than spending money. But in this video, we're not going to leave it to that because you could have all the money in the world and still not have a 9-second car if you don't do it right. So in this video, what I'm going to tell you is my 10 best options for getting to a 9-second car. My 10 best options that I could offer you for getting to a 9-second car. First, let's start with who are you? What type of person are you? Are you the person that is willing to take on a project that could take months, years? Or are you the type of person that wants instant gratification? Have you answered yet? Cool, next question. How much money do you have to spend? Do you have lots and lots of money and you can just drop it all at once? Cool. Or are you the type of person that you can make an initial investment, but then you need to invest over time? You got to decide, which one are you? If of the first, you are the person that needs instant gratification, well, then you better be of the second, you better be a person with a lot of money to just be able to drop. Let's go over those cars first. 9-second cars. The most cost-effective way to run a 9-second pass with instant gratification by far and away, number one on this list, starting from the top, the Tesla Model S Plaid. Nothing compares when you look at it on the axis of cost, ease, and getting directly into it. Nothing. Tesla Plaid is it. Anyone can get in that car. Put the right settings in, mat the gas, and run a mid-9. Pretty much anyone. And if you're even better than that and you're good at it, you might run a 9.3. No other car. That's it. That is number one. Honestly, we could end the video after this, but if you're the type of person that also wants driver experience, then you just threw up in your mouth. Because the Tesla, after you step on the gas about 10 times, you're like, oh, okay, I see what this party trick is, but it doesn't involve any of your other sensory items. You know, you don't smell because there's no smell. You don't hear because there's no sound. You only feel. So it's numbing in the other areas. So let's move on to number 2 of 9-second cars. Easiest. I got money. I don't care. Number 2 for me is, you ready? The McLaren 765 LT. Y'all. And the reason why I said that one is because It is price-wise, believe it or not, still not as high as the next option I'm gonna give you, but it gets you to a 9-second pass with nothing but a tire. So, great option. Option number 3, the Ferrari SF90. But you gotta pony up them coins. Get them coins ready, baby. 9-second pass though, it's all yours. You ain't gotta do nothing. You don't even gotta put tires on it. All-wheel drive, go straight to the strip. Actually, pull over on the side road. It'll probably do a 9 there too. So therefore, those top 3 options, Tesla being the absolute best cost-wise, McLaren 765 to me being the second best, and Ferrari SF90 being the third. And what changes that for me is just the cost, the barrier of entry. But there you go, killer 9-second cars production from the factory that potentially you could buy, go out and run a 9. All right, so now that we've come down off the moon, outside of the Tesla, now that we've come down off the moon, let's talk about how the majority of people are going to get to building and running a 9-second car. So number 4 on this list of running a 9-second pass, to me, value, dollar, results, quickly. Dude, I know that I typically feature Mopars, and I know that it's Mopar over everything. But I'm a car guy, and I'm going to be honest and real in these conversations. And this next car to me, hands down, has come out and really just shut things down. And that is the Mustang GT 10R80 car. 100% value for $1. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it. Value for $1. Let's think about this. You could literally buy one of these cars for $35,000. You can literally take that car, put another, I would say realistically, to be consistent, put another 25 to 30 into it, and you will have on your hands a very nice, consistent 9-second car. Now we're talking about nothing too crazy in terms of build, but you could do that supercharged, or you could do that with turbos. You can do that, you know, maybe with a lot of spray or whatever. But the recipe is the fact that the car has lightweight, low cost, so low barrier of entry. Pretty much anybody can jump into it. And the cars that it competes against, it's way faster than with mods. You're definitely gonna need a built transmission. You might go through 1 or 2 of them, so that's in the price too. Keep that in there, because those 10R80s, they don't hold together that long. But that being said, you got a little budget in there because you only paid $35 for the car. So I'm sorry guys, if you were expecting something else, don't know what to tell you. Solid option. Now before we jump into number 5, take a look at this message from our sponsor. Guys, you got the perfect opportunity in life. Opportunities in life don't always come up like this, where you could win this Dodge Charger RT wide body, custom purple color, custom white stripes, custom interior, everything done in best part of all, free and clear. You get the keys and the title. All you got to do is visit montafame.com. Every $5 spent gets you an entry to win. So you buy a hoodie like this, that's a lot of entries. But visit montafame.com. Don't miss out on your chance to win. This thing is absolutely bananas, but we actually call it Big Purp. So make sure you enter to win Big Purp right now on montafame.com. That's right, guys. We only got 8 days left. Time is flying, guys. Make sure you get in there, get your entries to win Big Purp. Now, number 5 is a big one, middle of the list, but honestly makes a hell of a lot of sense. Get yourself a used or new, it's up to you, Hellcat. Hellcat or Hellcat Red Eye. Red Eye would do it a little easier, but either one will do it pretty easy. Mod list for Hellcat to get to a 9-second pass is not that long. Literally an upper pulley, race gas, tune, catless mids, what else? Injectors. It's not a lot. It's definitely not a lot, and those cars will, you know, creep into the nines. If you want to be consistently in the nines, then you might want to do something like a 275 upper, a 10% lower. Injectors, E85, upgraded fuel pumps, and the bolt-ons that support it. And literally with a tire and maybe a 17-inch wheel, even on a 20-inch wheel you could do it, but on a 17-inch wheel, 18-inch wheel, no problem. That car will be a consistent 9.7 to 9.5 car. Consistent. Now, if you think about that, in mods, in cost of dollars of mods, you are literally talking about 7,000 maybe, 6,000, 7,000, somewhere around 7 maybe, if that, and you're in the 9. So it's kind of hard to overlook that being really high on the list. Only reason why it's not above the Mustang is because the Mustang is so cheap to buy. So that's why it wins over the Hellcat. But as far as ease, there's not many cars that you can just buy like that, put so little work into, and go so fast. And on to number 6. Number 6 might surprise you coming from me. But like I said, I'm not a biased person. Number 6 on my list is going to be the Porsche 911 992 Turbo S. That car is putting in work right now, and it's still very early, and that car is capable of getting into the 9s on a stock turbo. So therefore, it doesn't require as much, you know, mainly just a couple bolt-ons and remapping will get you into the 9s in that car. So that is impressive. Now, this is very recent, but it had to go pretty high on the list just because of the ease. Now, is it very expensive? Yes, it is. But if you're just the type of person that wants to buy a nice car that is capable of doing 9s with very little work, that could be a great option for you. Number 7 on my list is kind of an interesting one. The reason why I chose this car is because cost of entry, the mods that are needed, being able to keep a stock engine and still be able to compete in this class, and that is the C6 Corvette Grand Sport. That car, add a blower on it, some sort of a Pro Charger or anything like that, and they're with a little meth, and they're capable of running 9-second passes pretty consistently with not a ton of work to them. So cost of entry for the car is going to be somewhere around $30,000, and then you figure you put in another 20 into it and you got a 9-second car, which is pretty darn cool. So had to go pretty high up on the list at a 7. The reason why I didn't go higher is because not everybody wants such an old car. Me personally, I love those cars. I get one of those tomorrow, but not everybody is like that. So that's why I didn't go higher up on the list. But moving on to number 8 on this list is going to be going back to the same recipe of lower price car, but highly capable of being in the 9s with not a ton of work to them. The C7 Corvette Z06 / it shares with the Gen 6 Camaro ZL1. Those two cars, they're almost interchangeable. There's a slight difference in weight, obviously, but the power plant is pretty much the same. So with the same mods, they're both capable of being into the 9s. Some people have done it stock ported blower, but in most cases, it needs an upgraded blower to be consistent and run in the 9s. That being said, the cost of entry is not crazy high, and the cost of mods is not terrible. So therefore, that's why it gets number 8 on the list. Number 9 on this list is going to be the 2020 MK5 Toyota Supra. The reason why that car is on this list is because with stock motor, upgraded turbo, those cars are capable of 9-second passes. They're very light. They 60 foot very well. So they can get you into the 9 seconds, and it's still a new car. So when this video is 3 years old and people find new ways to make those cars go even faster, what I'm saying is going to be outdated. But on such a new platform, I think that's pretty damn impressive. And then to round out the list completely, number 10. Number 10 is a loaded one, and you guys are gonna bash me in the head for this one. But I gotta tell it like it is. Any LS-based vehicle with a big turbo and some sort of a turbo 400 or power glide transmission is very capable of the 9s. And we're talking about stock motor LS vehicles. So that covers a lot. I'm talking about pickup trucks, cars, any of them. If you want a 9-second car and you want a project, if you start with an LS based car, you're going to get there. It's just that simple. And the recipe is going to be big turbo, some sort of a turbo 400 or power glide, and you're there. You got a 9-second car. Plain and simple. Because it's been done a billion times over, and this is what you see every time you go out to drag strips, the recipe is there. So it was no way for me to pick one, right? I couldn't just pick one. Now I put the Grand Sport in there, but the Grand Sport is kind of a car of its own, like class of its own kind of thing. But to be truthful, any of the LS cars with that combination is gonna get you there. And that's it, man, that's number 10. Now, I left off a lot of cars. Remember, this list is my list. This is in the order in my mind that things kind of go. So if you want to look deeper, you can look into other platforms like the Audi Daza platform. You can look into, if you got money, any sort of a twin turbo V10, whether it's R8 or Lamborghini Huracan. You can look into a turbo Viper. There are so many different types of cars you can look into. There's many different ways to get to a 9-second pass, but that was my top 10. And I hope you guys enjoyed that video and seeing the way my mind works. But anyway, if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification so you don't miss no more videos going forward. But until the next one, we out.